next ticker 4456KL and Taiwan 70967KL. There have 6 people in our groups. I'm Zhao Siyi. I will be covering introduction and the first section in our presentation. Now let's begin. We are talking about two Malaysia stocks, the next ticker 4456KL and Taiwan 7097KL. Let's jump right in. First, what does the company do? The next is into tech and energy. They are part of the global semiconductor supply chain, so they follow that industry up and down. Taiwan used to make copper, but now they're getting into electric EVs, supported for sustainability. But switching to EVs costs a lot, so that's a big risk for them. We will use KLCI's Malaysia's Min Market Index as our benchmark to check how risky and profitable these stocks are. Now, standalone risks, what is that? Just how risky each stock is if you buy only that one. The next have a high 52.15% annual return. That's mostly because they bought a company called Certela in 2021, an energy price bonus black. But here is a catch. Its swing rate, standard deviation, is 100.8%. Suppose volatile, 1 minute is up, the next minute is down. Taiwan's return is lower, 29.1%, but its even riskier swing rate is 129.19%. Why? Because even transition costs a fortune and copper price are over the pace. Both stocks are way wilder than KLCI's 10.56% swing rate. They are fat tail risks, big gains or big losses. Great for risk taker chance groups, not for everyone. So the next and Taiwan have also its return, but high solo risks. Now let's hand it over to the next person.
Hello everyone. Next I will explain the second part, portfolio risk analysis. The two stocks we analyzed, DNX and Taiwan, also they offer high returns, also carry significant risks. Particular, Taiwan has an analyzed value rate exceeding 129%, which is far above the market average. However, the key point is that their conclusion coefficient is 0.72745, which indicates a positive correlation, but not a complete synchronization, with providing room for risk diversification. When considered a simple 15-15 portfolio, which achieved an analyzed return of 14.58%, with a value rate of 108.5%. Although the risk remains high, it is longer than holding Taiwan alone. This indicates that through portfolio diversification, some risk can be mitigated. We also conclude the minimal weakness portfolio, which we reached estimate 95%, the next and 5% tavern. This portfolio offers a return close to that of the next view, simply reducing the volatility to 99.98%, further optimizing the risk return structure. In summary, 1. Both stocks have the characteristics of high returns and high risks. 2. By taking advantage of their imperfect conclusion, non-systematic risks can be reduced through portfolio diversification. 3. By appropriately adjusting the weights, a better balance between risk and return can be achieved. That is great significant to investors, even if they invest in highly volatile individual stocks. They can control the overall risk through diversified allocation. My presentation is over. Thank you.
Okay. Optimal. Number 3, optimal weight of each stock in the portfolio. According to the maximum risk level, the optimizations of investment portfolio weightings in various minimizations varies to achieve the target return of maximizing unity. Here, we focus on the minimum portfolio's variance MVP, which is determined by the analysis. W1 equals sigma 2 squared minus conversions 1, 2, divided by sigma 1 squared plus sigma 2 squared minus 2 times conversions 1, 2. Axiom no short selling. The conclusion results show that the optimal weight of the next is approximately 91%. The optimal weight of Taiwan is 5%. The annual return rate is 15.99%. The standard deviation is 99.98%, which is significantly better than that of the next alone. This strong tendency towards the next reference is lower variationally, including RF through the shaper confident of in present reductions. For example, a maximum of 15% per share will change the weights. For instance, the risk adjustment might be limited to 17 or 30. The similarly analysis show that an increase of 10% in coordinations lead to an increase of approximately 5% in MVP risk, highlighting the vulnerabilities of diversification, impacting cash flow, applications, transaction costs, and taxes should be considered expanded table of portfolio scenario.
Okay, this is my part. Beta coefficients of the synthetic stocks. Beta coefficients of 6 common risk measurements classic will be from the expense and income for the asset market income from the graph regression analysis. R market assets equal A price B times R price E. Through the ordinary more 2 times the counter Dinas beta 6.9842 This is more volatile than 8.8%. The market is highly volatile due to credit strains induced heading toward beta 1915 2213A Howling demonstrated the sensitivity of your disease ability of the SVO on war goods. In contrast, Denise's investment strategy is more sustainable and environmentally friendly on the bull, while the high beta coefficient on Tel Aviv is sustainable for speculative strategies that increase the risk of delay. Though square pay square critique significant no strategic risk can be reduced by decentralized involvement. Thank you.
Okay, let me explain the chapter 5, the security market line. The security market line is based on the capital access Bayesian model, which shows the relationship between beta and expected return. In our study, the risk-free rate is 3.59%, and the market risk is 5.6%. Using this model, the expected return for DNEX is 9.69%, where the expected return for Taiwan is 14.31%. However, when we compare this value with historical returns, we find that both stocks' performance much better than expected. DNEX achieved an average return of 52.15%, and the Taiwan achieved 29%. This figure shows the security market line, where the upward sloping line represents the CAPM relationship between beta and expected return. Both DNEX and Taiwan lie above the SML, indicating their historical return are higher than expected for their level of systemic risk.
Key financial growth of DNEX and Taiwan. Today, I will quickly talk about how DNEX and Taiwan performance financially from 2022 to 2024. The main takeaway is both according losses, a clean sign of early recovery. Let's start with DNEX. Its DPS went from negative 3.90 in 2022 to negative 1.51 in 2024, showing losses by over 16%. Even though operations are getting better, revenue dropped 38.6% to 1.17 billion ringgit, and one dividend were paid because the company focused on paying down debt. When its PE ratio is negative, the EV/EBITDA of 8.5 times means there's recovery potential. Next is Taiwan. its EPS dipped to negative 1.09 in 2023, but bookings back to negative 0.46 in 2024, counting losses by 57.8%. This was driven by 14.982% revenue growth to 704 million ringgit, and it even made a gross profit of 10,226,000 ringgit. Like the next, it scaled dividends to fund business expansion. Overall, neither company is profitable yet, but losses are shocking. Their share prices for 2019 to 2020, but rebounded from 2021. The market is burning on their future improvement. Simply put, the next is turning down debt, Townway is burning, and both are on the mend.
For our conclusions, this study analysis DNEX and TAVIN focused on risk, return, and growth performance. Both stocks show very high individual risk, above 100%. However, by combining them into a portfolio helps reduce overall risk. The meta-analysis shows that both stocks are highly sensitive to market movement. Although both companies are still report losses, their earning performance is gradually improving, which shows early signals and recovery. In conclusion, DNEX is more suitable for growth-oriented investors, while TAVIN fits investors who are willing to take higher risk. Overall, this study shows high-risk stocks can still offer attractive return when managed properly. Okay, that's all for our report. Thanks, Professor. Thanks for your listening. Wash, you have a great day.